What's going on, geeks? It is a big day. That's right. A big day, a big unboxing in the form of Beadle Grimm's Vecna Eve of Ruin Platinum Edition. This guy. Oh, God. It's massive. The box arrived after I got home from NYCC and looked forward to the massive box on my doorstep. This is one of 3 boxes included in the set, and we are about to dig into all of them. So stay tuned. You are going to see some pretty awesome stuff from this latest release from Beadle Grimm, so don't go anywhere. All right, let's go ahead and break into this thing. Now, the first thing you'll see is basically the introductory pamphlet from Beadle Grimm's. Typically, it will include a breakdown of what's included in the box, which is great for a big set like this because you could get lost in all of the awesome goodies that are inside. So, lays out the encounter cards, the various artifacts we'll find inside, as well as a letter, a thank you letter, of course, to fans that have purchased the set. If you are unfamiliar with Vecna Eve of Ruin, it is a level 10 to 20 epic adventure, and it takes your players up against an aspiring god. It's perfect for those who want to test the upper limits of D&D. In this folder here, we've got a handful of maps, and just as a general warning, if you are a player wanting to play this, or if your DM is going to run this, you should stop watching because you might spoil it. But in any case, here are a bunch of 8.5 by 11 sized sheets that kind of provide high-level overviews of the various maps. And allow the DMs to plan for the various dungeons and do what they need to do. So there are quite a few of these. On the other side, we have some similar to maps, but some are just environmental kind of overviews, as well as puzzle addendums, keys, alphabets, things like that. That can be used, as well as some additional details on other set pieces and locations in the story. And don't mind me, I fight with the folder here for a second. Next up is the module itself. And the module is broken up into various chapters here. We've covered this in some of the previous Beadle Grimm's unboxings, but one of the great things about these sets is how the various chapters are broken out so that as you are running the campaign, if you only need to bring that section of the module, then you don't need to bring the whole book with you. You can just bring the relevant chapters along instead, and it's a little bit easier to carry around than bringing the whole book. So, and of course, each of them has some stunning art on the front as well, inspired from the various chapters. So, next up is a set of extra adventures from the minds of those at Beadle Grimm. So, if you're looking for some supplementary ideas on what to do with your players with the various maps and props that are included in the set, then these warehouse adventures are a great add-on for that. And then we have our first batch of handouts, starting with a couple of decals, as well as a handful of secrets that can be provided to your players as they are going through the campaign. There are quite a few of them here. I'm not going to go through them all in detail because, again, spoilers for the campaign. We also have various iconography and even little pamphlets. So when you go to do some horse racing, you can use these props here as part of the overall campaign. And this is again what helps the Beadle Grimm set stand out. You are able to provide, these really engaging flyers and letters printed on, kind of this very unique, thin, authentic paper. Um, and it's just a lot of fun. And then some of them also. This is another guide to a quick reference, basically on the various chapters and what props are used in those various chapters, which again is super helpful because without this, you could be a bit lost and not know, which prop belongs to which chapter or activation. So, and some art as well. And again, like I was saying, the Beadle Grimm sets are really well known for the engaging props, the papers, the handouts, the wanted posters, and all that sort of thing. It really helps to elevate the game, and so that's why you invest in something like this. And here we have oversized encounter cards. I was already a big fan of the standard encounter cards, but these ones are special. These oversized encounter cards are designed for major NPCs as well as major villains in the story. And again, just serves as an excellent enhancing element for your games to drape one of these oversized encounter cards over your DM screen when it's time to battle, for example, the Archlich Vecna. But in any case, I am glad to see these, and they definitely help to provide some additional value and draw to the platinum set. Also included is the DM screen. So most of the platinum sets and some of the silver ones as well, and other sets that Beadle Grimm makes, includes a DM screen, a custom DM screen. So here you can see the DM screen for Eve of Ruin. Really striking artwork here. And then on the inside, you have some information on the rod piece locations for the rod of 7 parts, as well as other Eva Ruin specific information on the inside of the screen. So handy stuff and a pretty cool overall design for the DM screen. Now, this is probably the coolest thing in the set, or one of the coolest things. Okay. This is the prop for the rod of 7 parts. I'm going to fight with the pieces here for a second. They were kind of stuck together. So, as you're going through the adventure, the party is responsible for finding 7 different parts of this rod to help essentially stop Vecna and foil his plot. And as they discover these very instrumental pieces of equipment, this prop allows you to give them the pieces one by one, and then when they are all together, you are able to combine them and have the overall kind of legendary magical item that they can then use to battle Vecna and do what they need to do. So very, very cool, very kind of thick, like plastic material overall. It's a really interesting prop there. We have an oversized kind of metal medallion included as well. So again, another prop for the game itself that your players may end up having in their possession, depending on their choices, who they're talking to, what they're doing. It's really nice, actually. Pretty weighty. Looks good. And then inside of the box, we also have the token kind of collectible coin here. And another prop in regards to the casino that the players end up going to. two more packages here. And the first one is a series of art pieces. So this again can enhance the storytelling, providing a visual for various NPCs or locations or key moments in the narrative that, again, you can drape over the uh, your DM screen to give your players an even better visual of what is happening, who they're seeing, and what's going on. So, love having these available as an option. And then finally, we've got probably my favorite part is the encounter cards. So we've got a brand new batch of encounter cards here. And if you haven't seen these before, on the front is the image, the art for the character, and then on the back is the details, armor class, their abilities, HP, all that good stuff. So the DM has it handy in case your party's fighting an astral dreadnought, for example. I wish them the best of luck. So yeah, it's really really cool. Love seeing all this art on these cards, and just kind of expanding my collection of encounter cards that I already have and love. Next up is the Map Vault. So, if you have ordered these sets in the past, as you can see in the upper left corner of the video, you might even notice some other map vaults that I have on hand. But this is the Eve of Ruin map vault. And in this one, they have essentially a oversized kind of white piece of construction paper on the outside that has the other maps wrapped up within. And I don't know if this is new, like the way they packaged it, but it definitely made it easier to put them away after the fact. So I was very glad for that. So inside this map vault are over a dozen different maps of varying sizes, already gridded and everything. And this allows you to take your players through the Eve of Ruin campaign. So here's one with a couple of spiral staircases on the end, uh, sort of a crypt-like or dungeon area there. Something that I really particularly like about these sets is when you can get a map that is multi-purpose, and it does include a blank. So you do have on the back of that a sort of blank gridded map that you could use, and then on the front you have this sanctum view, as I fight with the rolling poster here, the rolling map here. So you can see kind of the various floors of the sanctum here, which is really beautiful, and that's a really unique kind of map. Um, and then of course you have maps, larger sized maps that cover more dungeon design. Some that are of various spiders and such that are venturing through the caverns and walkways. And there are just so many awesome maps in here. Now, there aren't any of the quad fold maps, so they're all rolled maps. And I do like having some of the maps being foldable and in the boxes sometimes versus the storage that's required for the rolled up maps and the accessibility of them, etc. It can be a bit challenging to get them out for games in a practical way. But all that being said, definitely a strong map offering in this box that will keep your players engaged and involved in the world that they're adventuring in. Of course, no Platinum Edition would be complete without some high quality minis from the Icons of the Realms collection. So in this box, we have essentially two smaller plastic containers filled with minis of all shapes and sizes. So you can see that here. And we have smaller kind of humanoid creatures, and then we have some larger creatures underneath. And so we'll just kind of go through each of these ones. In total, I believe you are getting 18 minis. Um, yeah, 18 minis in this set, starting with this like little moon-headed dude. Looks like a Terminator, kind of with the metal arm. Um, and if you've been in a hobby shop recently, you know how much minis can go for, especially painted minis. So right here is a good chunk of value for the otherwise the $500 platinum edition from Beadle and Grimm's. There is quite a bit of value here in this set of minis. So here's Vecna and series of other colored and painted minis that you can use in your game. So take a look. I really like the paint job on this one. This knight here, the detail on the shield and stuff was really cool. Again, the handouts allow for a certain level of detail and engagement, but it's really handy to have relevant minis when you're going through your journey as well. So having these included, including this gnarly looking bear creature, I think you probably saw the encounter card for this one earlier as well. Just disgusting in the best way possible. Um, having these minis on hand again just sort of helps to elevate the overall experience of the game that you're running. And I've given this speech before. I will give it again. A lot of people might balk at the price. The platinum edition certainly are not cheap. Many of the collections that Beadle and Grimm does are a bit more pricey. However, if this is a game that you are going to play with your friends, your D&D group, then everybody pitches in some money and the DM gets access to a bunch of resources and everybody's experience is improved. And I think it's well worth it. It's a worthwhile investment in that case. So some of the larger minis that are included in the set here, just to round out our unboxing. See how big, oh, almost fell over. See how big that one is. And again, those medium-sized minis can be pretty pricey when you find them in the hobby shops. So, and a spider for all you spider lovers out there. That's it. I mean, I don't want to say that's it. Obviously, there's a lot there. Uh, again, if you are looking to run an epic adventure with Vecna Eve of Ruin, if you want to take your players from the mid range of powers and spells all the way up to the pinnacle level 20, this is a great adventure to do. To accomplish that, and this is a fantastic platinum set as well. So thanks again to Beadle and Grimm's for sending this over. Again, pool the funds. Take that D&D group and say, hey, y'all want to get to level 20? Let's make the investment. Let's invest the time. Let's invest the funds to do it. And by doing so, you'll have yourself a great adventure, a great experience, some great memories, and you'll do it with the aid of this awesome Platinum Edition set. So thanks again, Beadle and Grimms. Keep adventuring out there, everyone. See you later.